Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. I hope you enjoy what I've got for you today, and please check out as you're watching this little links on screen as well for different things on my Facebook and Twitter, and of course my football channel as well. And please, all your comments are very welcome. Just let us know and push that subscribe button. Don't forget, please push the subscribe button. Make sure your notification is set to public as well if you want to know when these vlogs are coming out. Push that notification button as well. So anyway, please enjoy. Today we're going to look at a movie, yes, from a gentleman we know quite well over the years. I might just call him M. Night because I can never get his surname correct. M. Night Shyamalan. So we'll call him M. Night, just to save messing about. So we're going to look at his film called Old, that's just been released in theatres here in the UK and in the US, I believe, as at today's date, which is what date are we on today? The 28th of July, 2021. So that's obviously available if you go out and watch if you're that way inclined. If you like his stuff, because it is very his stuff. This it's rated, I think, a PG-13 in the US. 108 minutes runtime, which is okay, a bit long for me, to be honest with you, for what we get. Of course, it's a thriller as you'd expect, or a chiller, or supernatural thriller, written, directed and co-produced by M. Night, of course, loosely based on a French language Swiss graphic novel Sandcastle by Pierre-Oscar Levy and Frederick Peters. Yeah, an interesting cast. Not quite as impressive performance from them that I thought we might get, actually, some of the actors. But we've got Gael Garcia Bernal, Vicky Creeps, Rufus Sewell, Alex Wolff, Thomasin McKenzie, Abby Lee, Nikki Amuka Bird, Ken Leung, Eliza Scanlon, Aaron Pierre, Embeth Davids and Eamon Elliott. Yeah, and it follows a group of people who find themselves aging rapidly on a secluded beach from which they cannot escape. That's not very good, is it? Well, I suppose it could be a nice way to go, I suppose. Filming took place in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, so if you like the beach, if you like the look of it, if you like to look at where it was set, that's where it was set, and it was filmed from September to November last year as I'm recording this. As I said, it's released on the 23rd of July by Universal Pictures. Is it any good? Let's have a look. We've got all these scores and comments for us at the 28th of July 2021, 8 a.m. in the morning. So obviously I was like up nice and early. Well, late for me. I'm usually up a bit early when I'm working, but I have a lie-in when I'm not working my normal day job. Rotten Tomatoes, yeah, it's got an approval rating of just 51% positivity. That's based on a lot of reviews. That's based on 219 reviews. And its average rating is only coming out at 5.5 out of 10, so a little bit below that watchable figure we like to see of 6 out of 10. And that's sort of evenly split with fresh and rotten. If you know Rotten Tomatoes, you've got 112 fresh reviews and 107 rotten. So pretty much 50-50. One of the fresh was from Ed Potton here in the UK, from the Times. He said, it's all hokum, of course, but M. Night's, I won't say that, hokum is more diverting than most. And a rotten Stephen A. Russell from Time Out magazine. M. Night has never excelled at dialogue, probably not, but the mangling here is gobsmacking, particularly when we're expected to swallow a 6-year-old discussing mortgages. Well, what more could we ask? Yet the site's consensus basically sums it all and says, Old has no shortage of interesting ideas, and writer director M. Night uneven execution will intrigue or annoy viewers, or both, with little middle ground in between. Yeah, I'm sort of gone for both of those aspects, really. The verified audience, this is a new one, isn't it? This is where Rotten Tomatoes have took guys who've actually gone out and bought a ticket. You know, these people who bought a ticket, rather than these people just leaving reviews who might have watched it anywhere, really. These are the verified audience who have actually purchased a theatrical ticket or got a ticket. 3.1 out of 5, so not bad. It does sneak over the 6 out of 10, doesn't it? If you round that up to out of 10, 3.1 out of 5. So that's not too bad. So at least we've got a little bit of positivity there, as well as half the Tomatoes guys who sort of liked it. According to Metacritic, with the other one we look at, It's got an average score, again, very similar, 54 out of 100, so very similar score, and that's based on 50 critics. 21 positive, 25 mixed. Yeah, there's a lot of mixed in this, and I can understand why. And just 4 negative, though, so that's not a total disaster, is it? It scores anywhere between 50 out of 100 and 100 out of 100, which... why critics will score anything 100 out of 100, I have no idea. Movie Nation's Roger Moore, he didn't like it that much. He gave it 50 out of 100 and said, the most laughable, ludicrous and clumsy explainer of a third act that M. Night has ever served up. Probably agree with that. Slash Films' Chris Evangelista gave it 70 out of 100 and said, for all of Old's flaws, and those flaws are bounteous, it's a film with energy, a film with life. M. Night doesn't appear to have a firm grasp on the material, but again, he's trying to give us something different, and these days that's the sort of thing we should all be longing for. Okay, yeah, he's always trying to give us something different, but if his difference gets a bit iffy, then perhaps we should not be overly happy with it. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, You and Me, yeah, it is getting that magical 6 out of 10, a 6 out of 10 dead on rating from 7,696 scores and reviews. And those 7,696, 5,043 actually scored it 6 or more out of 10. So that's good. That's 66%. So two-thirds of the viewing public were positive and give it 6 or more, which is fair enough. I'm not going to quibble. About that. But you probably can tell from my little comments here and there that I wasn't 100% impressed with this by any means, and I do quite like Mr. M. Night. I must admit, I do like some of his stuff and what he tries to do and how he tries to be different, etc. And let's face it, this Old, when I read about this Old, it should be the sort of film that you just turn your brain off and go along with the silliness, because that's basically what these things are. Sometimes they don't make any real sense. They're just silly, but just enjoy it for what it is. Don't try and be, don't try and put realism into it, because there certainly isn't any realism. People calling it original, I don't particularly think so, in all fairness. I mean, I can name different films that it's taken that from and that from and that from. I mean, I can mention Cabin in the Woods for starters, which you sort of get that sort of vibe as well, even though it's a very different storyline. Let's face it, originality. I'm not going to quibble with anybody over originality. It's very hard to do, isn't it? We've seen everything. I've seen everything. And most of us have seen everything in our lives. So any film is going to be parts of others and adapted and hopefully improved upon and made entertaining. But let's say the big flaw in this is I don't doubt M. Night's ability to try with this one. I think he has tried, and he's tried to do something a little bit different, even though, as I said, it is a conglomerate of loads of different things. So one big flaw in this that sort of ruined it for me and totally knocked my score down was the characters, the chemistry, and the overall standard of acting. I thought was absolutely awful. I mean, it was just I don't know. It's just like some of these guys are quite professional, have been around the block. Let's face it. But I just thought the acting was terrible. at times it was wooden, then it'd go okay, and then other times it was just silly. All right, it might be the lines that were given to like the mortgage, discussing a mortgage, someone who's supposedly 6 years old, etc. But it was just did me head in, basically. Just the actual chemistry on screen between the actors and the style of acting and the quality of the acting, and I just sort of ended up wanting the hour and 48 minutes. I just wanted it to. I kept wanting it to finish. I didn't want to watch more and more. I just was getting a little bit bored with just the clumsiness of it and the woodenness of it, which really annoyed me, because I thought the story was okay, what was happening was okay, but the reactions of the actors to things, it's just very amateurish in my opinion. As I said, I do like M. Night stuff. All his, well, not all of it, but most of his stuff over the years. And obviously some obvious, as I said, someone said about originality, but even in M. Night, some of his previous stuff is evident in this film. It's there clear as day. But I've never seen such a poor presentation of it in script and delivery, and that's what really turned me off to this film, unfortunately, as I say, because I don't think the plot and the idea was that bad. I just thought it's the way, the actual quality of how we got it relayed to us was very poor. You knew it had to have a twist, of course it did. I mean, it couldn't have been one of those. It was the M Night. It's not going to be one of those films that go, oh, that was a rubbish ending, didn't explain anything. You knew there was going to be an explanation. It was obvious, but it was all by the end of it, by that last 10 minutes of the film, I just thought it was a bit laughable and cheap, to be honest. I was just very disappointed. As I said, I knew there was going to be one, and it was just a bit, oh, okay. But it was just as cheesy and wooden as most of the rest of the film. It didn't cost a lot. It didn't cost a lot to make. About $18 million, I suppose. You have to sort of keep rein the things in now after this COVID thing. But if you think of The Village, for instance, which I did enjoy, I did like The Village. I thought The Village was excellent. I think going back about 18 years now. I mean, that cost $60 million to make 18 years ago. And this cost $18 million. So it shows. It just felt like a B movie with a bit of extra dosh for extras and a couple of sets, because obviously the beach is one set, that's not expensive, but there's a couple of other sets that are okay. But it just seemed like a B movie with a bit of extra cash thrown in to have lots of people on screen at certain times. But there you go. I think I'll dig out a Star Trek episode called The Deadly Years. It sort of I'll watch that again, even though it wasn't brilliant, but it may help me forget this one. That's for sure. So I'm not going to give it a total disaster of a score, because as I said, I think some of the plot was okay. I just didn't like how it was put over, to be honest with you. I was very disappointed. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, which is below my sort of sat on the fence Splinter score and my watchable score. But it's not a total disaster, and I can see plenty of people, ordinary Joe Public and the critics liked it. So I say I'm not going to quibble with that. That's up to them. But personally, I was very, very disappointed. Anyway, let me know what you think. Anyway, I do. It's not that I don't like M Night stuff. I usually do, and I find him very quirky. And this is quirky, but very quirky but very badly acted. I just didn't like the ensemble that was put together in this. I thought it was pretty. To say it was average would be too much. I just thought it was poor. Anyway, let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks for watching. What you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a flit across. Have a look at my football channel. Yeah, my team, Manchester City, my Citizen channel. Whatever it is, I only ask one thing, just one simple thing of you. Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.